What's up, guys? Mike Muniz here with another episode of Two Shakes. The episode is brought to you by The Cock Cape, which you can buy at thecockcape.com. Use the discount code TWOSHAKES. Sound it out. That's Two Shakes. Spell that thing out right. What is the Cock Cape? It can be described in a lot of different ways. It's penis decor. It's a cock costume. It's appendage apparel. You can name it a lot of different ways. How I'm going to say is that, listen, you put this on your dick and you take on the world. All right. American Eagle. A lot more coming out. Can't wait. So I can try them all on. Like I tried on this one. And it's Halloween, guys. So if you want to fucking go to a Halloween party and put this on your penis and catch a charge, this is what you can get. You got a couple weeks to prepare. What else? It's cold. It's cold, and this thing keeps it warm. All right, the temperatures are dropping if you're on the East Coast, like we are now, where there's seasons, and for 6 months out of the year, it gets under 50 degrees. During those times, put on a fucking cock cape. Right? Make your penis happy. Keep it warm. If you're like me, it shrivels up. You don't want that. Nobody wants a shriveled penis, right? Looks like an anteater. It's disgusting. Throw on the cock cape. You can get it at thecockcape.com. Look how American this is. This is American Eagle. Guys, I haven't smoked marijuana in about a week. A little over a week now. And thank you. Applause. Thank you. I'll take that. And you know what? I just don't think it was serving me anymore. It's not like a sober October thing or anything like that. I don't think I was enjoying it as much as I did before. And, I think it's time that I turn the page into a new chapter of my life, barring any substances that may alter, my mind, my consciousness. So it's been about a week. And I'm just joking, guys. That's not really the reason why I haven't smoked weed in about a week, because I have to pass a drug test for this job, possibly, that I'm getting. And so that's the main reason. I mean, it's been a lot easier than I thought. I thought I was gonna be freaking out and locking myself into a closet 3 days in, but a week later, I feel all right. I feel like the weed's still in my system now. There's times that I still feel high. And I know, listen, people are probably going to hit me up after this episode comes out. Probably family, maybe some close friends. Hey, Mike, you shouldn't put that stuff out. You shouldn't have that on your podcast. Because now, the employee, their job could find it. They could find it, see that you did this, see that you smoked pot, and they could fire you. And you're right, they could. But folks, let's be honest. If they find my podcast, smoking weed is like the least of their concerns, right? I mean, fuck, I sell cock holsters, for Christ's sakes, right? And shirts with my face on it. They're going to find me for other reasons, trust me. They're not going to find this. And honestly, who drug tests anymore? Like, yeah, I get it if I come in with, and I look stoned or I smell like weed. Yeah, drug test me. But look at me. I look like a fine American. I look like I pay taxes and I contribute. And that's what I do. But I realize with the not smoking weed thing is that it's not that bad. I personally enjoy it a little bit more. I just feel like it helps me with certain things. Like, I'm an anxious person. I think I've always had some kind of anxiety. And it's not really like real world anxieties. Like, I don't really think about things that are actually going on. It's normally like I just make up fake scenarios in my head and I get nervous. Or I've like existential angst. All right. You guys don't know what that means. I just think about life, think about death, not like dying. I'm not like in fear of death, but more that this is going to end, right? It's like when you're watching a good show. You watch a good show on Netflix, you scroll over, you're on season 8, and there's no seasons afterwards. You're like, fuck, this is a good show, but it's going to end. I need to enjoy it. That's kind of the angst that I get. But it's something that I have always had. When I think back to when I was younger. I was in like elementary school, middle school, things like that. Very shy. Stuttering issue. Not as much as Biden, but stuttering issue nonetheless. And, one of the things that I think, I'm not sure everyone felt it, but dude, when you think about giving like presentations, that used to ruin my life. Like I would be so nervous the day of giving a presentation. I don't know how people do it. I mean, there was like young people going up there, like when you're, I don't know, 12, 13, 14, and you're just going up there and you're fucking fine. You should be a public speaker. If you don't have nerves or anxiety during that time giving presentations, you should go on and speak to large crowds. Me, I would wish like world catastrophes so I could avoid giving a presentation about the war of 1860. Like I would freak out about these small things that really didn't matter, that I would like, please, meteor, hit Earth so I don't have to give this presentation. It's a very silly attitude, but it's something that I've felt for some reason. I've gotten over it. And like weed kind of helps with that. For some reason, I smoke some pot and I can talk to a group of people and not get nervous at all anymore. Why? I just don't care that much about people's opinions. Right? I think that's what it was when you're younger, or if you're anxious now when you talk to a bunch of people, you think about what other people are thinking. I don't. Like, who cares? Right? If it's people you know and you care about, I guess you might care about their opinion, but fuck them. And if it's people you don't know, also fuck them. Right? Like when it comes to my family, they don't smoke weed. They barely drink. So for me, I always felt like a black sheep. I'd show up to almost every family event a little high. And listen, it sounds bad. It's not that bad. Okay? It's not like I'm doing Percocets and I'm going through people's purses while they're having their meals, right? I'm just showing up a little stoned because it's fun, right? I have a better appetite. It's better to have conversations for me. When we're sitting at the Thanksgiving dinner table and they're closing their eyes and they're saying prayers in Spanish, I make faces at them. It's a good time. If we're lucky, I'll get to have an argument with one of them about how the Bible's not real and religion is a hoax and Christianity is just full of pedophiles. Why? Because I like to get a rise out of people. All right? Do I believe all of that? Not necessarily. Of course, I mean, Catholics, they were fucking kids for a while. But besides that, I'm just joking. I just want to talk shit. Like this past weekend, I went to a wedding. I can honestly say it was one of the few, for my, what I can remember, it's one of the few events that I've went to where I wasn't high. It was a family wedding. It was my cousin's wedding. Congratulations. And I wasn't high. And like no one knows. Like you can't really tell when I'm stoned or not. But I still had a good time. You guys, go to a Puerto Rican wedding. If you haven't been to a Puerto Rican wedding, go. They're fun. I didn't need weed. I drank a little bit. There was an open bar there. I enjoyed it. But they just know how to have a good time. There's really great food. There's great music. And Spanish people don't care. They'll go out there and dance. I've seen like 60-year-olds, saggy titties, out there fucking shaking their titties around to suavemente and shit, having the time of their lives. We've all been to white weddings. Most white people are scared to dance. And they put like the same 3 songs on like loop. You listen to like Twist. You can do the twist. That's all this shit is. That's all white weddings are. That YMCA. You'll hear fucking YMCA several times. But the one that always gets me, it's a great song. I mean, every wedding, white wedding that I've been to, Shout by Otis Day and the Knights. Great song. Don't play it more than once. And wait until I'm drunk. But that is the only time you're going to see white people on the dance floor. Other than that, they just sit down and they look all uncomfortable amongst each other. Anyways, so they're fun. Go to a Puerto Rican wedding if you can. You have the time of your lives. But I didn't smoke weed. And, you know, it would have been better if I did at the time. No, we just enjoyed the open bar. We did some cocaine in the bathroom. I'm joking. We didn't. There was no cocaine usage. But it was great. It was on a fucking really wealthy golf course. Like a venue on a golf course, rather. Beautiful. Northern Jersey area. Don't remember the name. Probably something Jewish. But it was fantastic. And honestly, we're probably embarrassed to them for having us on their venue with how loud we were. But, you know, that's one of the times that I haven't smoked weed and I still had a good time with my family. But if you can, go to a Puerto Rican wedding. Enjoy it. Dude, I had fucking people hitting up my Snapchat like, nice COVID wedding. First of all, go fuck yourself. All right? Don't ruin my fun because you're boring. We're having a good time. Few people had masks. Not going to lie. Few people had masks. But guess what? It's not real. We need to have that conversation. COVID is not real. It kills like 80-year-olds who are already on their way out. We need to have that conversation. Trump gets it, which is hilarious that he fucking gets COVID. Dude's been like playing it down, called it a whole bunch of different names, contracts the virus. Guy was sick for like 3 days. He's like 75. He lives off McDonald's. He drinks like Pepsi every day, or Coke, whatever the fuck you drink. He does Coke, drinks Pepsi, whatever. And guy beat COVID in like literally 3 days. He was like in his limo taking a luxury ride to wave at his supporters, that cult. And dude, like what? You shut down a fucking whole economy and our unhealthy president just beat COVID in like 3 days. Open this motherfucker up. All right. And then like, I know they gave him shit, and which is the whole thing. Like, why are we spending a bunch of money on the vaccine? Just give everyone what you just gave the president to beat this shit, because it worked. They gave him like 5 things. They called it a cocktail, which is hilarious. Listen, it's a mild overdose. All right. That's what it is. It's a mild overdose. He just didn't die. But as soon as they gave him that shit, he went to Twitter and he was fired up. You know, those tweets had me rolling because the story came out. He took a bunch of medicines and a steroid. As soon as that came out, next day, 3-word tweets. America, the greatest. Like, he was tweeting how I text people drunk. It's incoherent. There's not full sentences. It's just words, and the words in all caps. That shit had me dying. Okay. And who, like, everyone got it. Everyone who he's around got it. Chris Christie got it. Chris Christie got COVID and beat it. Have you seen him? He has a man pussy, and what? The dude's 400 pounds, and he got surgery, whatever the fuck it was called. Didn't do anything. Obviously, the guy's built like a boulder. And he beat COVID. Listen, if Chris Christie beats COVID, open this motherfucker up. Okay? People need jobs. We need an economy. And stop spending money on vaccines. Just give everyone what you gave him. Wasting everyone's goddamn time. I'm all fired up now. Oh, yeah. It was COVID, I think we were talking about. But yeah, I mean, you ruined people's lives for something that unhealthy 70-year-olds are beating with a cocktail of drugs. Give the guy some steroids. Hand it out. Hand it out like hotcakes. Let's get it going. Like it's fucking Thanksgiving in a impoverished neighborhood. Hand out vaccines. Hand out some steroids. And I love like he just bounced back. He like fucking went right back to the White House coughing on everyone. Like fuck that. But can you imagine if Biden got it? Oh no. If Biden got COVID, then it'd be a problem. The man can barely withstand a strong breeze. If he gets like an illness of that magnitude, we're going to need somebody else. Kamala. You up next, right? But no. What the fuck, guys? I'm sick of it. I love how, like, when he got sick, everyone was like, all right, let's put our differences aside and, wish the best for President Trump to, recover fully from his illness. As soon as that motherfucker came back, he came back with a vengeance. He was trolling everyone again. Sleepy Joe, Crazy Nancy, calling people bums. Love it. You gotta love it. The dude was on facing death, and he just bounced back and started shitting on people again. That's just the kind of person he is, and you have to accept it. I guess. That's where we're at. I mean, he's not even going to debate again. He doesn't even want to take any tests. He tested negative once. It was like, that's it, done, no more tests. No more, I passed, no more tests. That is some funny shit. Like, imagine, let's just say it was an AIDS test, right? Let's say you get AIDS. Okay. You get the HIV. All right. You take some medicine for it, and you test negative once. It doesn't come up. And you just never test again for HIV. You're like, that's it, one test, I'm good, it's gone, I'm immune. That's basically the approach he took, which, listen, out of sight, out of mind, right? You test negative. I probably would do that. But now we have what? November 3rd is election. I can't wait. I wish there was another debate because that shit was hilarious the first time around, but November 3rd, guys, get out and vote. What is everyone saying? Get out and vote. I don't care who you vote for, but if you're in Jersey, legalize pot, goddammit. Legalize marijuana. All right, that's it. That's all I got. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Two Shakes. Go to thecockcape.com to buy American Eagle, designed in America, made in China. Why is it designed anywhere? It's not like architecture. It's not like engineered, bro. You drew American Eagle with a cape and a whatever the hell they're called, eyepiece, eyewear, mask. I guess it's a mask. Before it's time. Get American Eagle at thecockcape.com. Discount code 2shakes, TWOSHAKES. There's merch there if you want some. If you don't, whatever. Subscribe to the podcast. Like it, subscribe, share it with your family. Leave a comment, negative, positive, whatever. We do have exciting news for a sponsor coming up. I guess I'll release it next week, or I'll tell you guys next week about it. But it has something to do with your Bush. God bless America. Go Lakers.